Channel 9 with yours truly, host Lynette Laveau-Sachs. See you then.
I like cricket. I love cricket. Back in Bangladesh, in my high school, I was a cricket player. I was a right-hand off spinner and middle-order batsman. We had
I am so happy that you're in our city, the city of Cambridge. You've done such wonderful things as an organization, as an anchor in our community, regardless of race, class, gender, sexual preference, all of those things, age. You always have your doors open to allow people to participate, to get together. You're really a center of community. So I am so glad to be able to celebrate the 30th birthday. Wow, where has the time gone? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're staying here, and I wish you 30 more wonderful years in the city of Cambridge.
My mother had stroke 10 years ago. Left side of her body, she would not have any control. So she couldn't walk, and she couldn't use her left arm or hand. She could not eat food on her own or even unfold her reading glasses. It had a huge impact on me about using technology to help people like my mother.
The statistics are overwhelming as it relates to people that have suffered stroke and have lost some use of their hand or arm or leg. In many cases, results in a reduced quality of life and increased need for assisted care. The initial iteration will be called GripX, and the intention is to develop a solution to help those who've lost full use of their hand or arm.
People that don't have a lot of dexterity in their hands, they struggle doing by manual tasks on a daily basis, and the idea is to have this robot that they can wear on their forearm, and it can help them perform these bimanual tasks. So ideally you want it to look like a hand. So we went off of that for the basic gripper.
This gripper is very easy to operate. As you can see, I just wear this like a typical arm brace. If I move my wrist forward, it will close. Move my wrist back, it's going to open the gripper. So very simple wrist motion. I can control the gripper to grasp things and hold things. I can easily open it, make it wide open, and make it close, grab onto the jar, and I can use my normal functioning hand to remove the cap. The grip is strong enough, I can hold the whole jar up like that.
The machine learns about what your capabilities as a user are. So as I mentioned, if my range of motion for the wrist is very small, the machine becomes very sensitive to motion and can use that to be, to actuate better. Meanwhile, if the person has a wider range of motion, the machine also notices that and can calibrate accordingly.
People, they don't need to go through very intense or complicated training. When you need to use any typical medical devices, you need to go through some training. But with this, hopefully just like a kitchen appliance,
we see a great deal of functionality that we can add to it. In its first iteration, it'll be simple gripping function for a variety of different tasks. But next iterations, we expect to include utilities like a camera that will aid in orienting the gripper in a way to pick up whatever the object is, change the force required to pick that particular object up, and as well as providing biometric functionality.
We want to roll out this gripper and get this to the hands of those people who can really benefit from it as soon as possible. We want people to understand and be aware that there's this helping hand, so to speak, exists, and they can easily acquire this and start using this in their daily life.
It's a huge part of where medical devices in particular are going. With the advent of robotics and technology in general, there's so much more that can be offered to patients in recovery, and I think it comes down to, again, that ability to allow a patient to restore their independent living and enhance their quality of life.
I think the same principle probably can be applied to helping other conditions such as helping people to walk or giving people more strength. There are many, many possibilities. And we hope this is just one example of using the robotic technology to help people.
As these things go, the more we interact with the community and the more we put out the product and get feedback, the more we realize that, oh, this can be much useful to a bigger group of people.
My career has predominantly been startup businesses that have brought advanced technology to market. In most cases, it's been in more industrial applications. This is the first time where you can really see the direct impact on individual lifestyle and the human impact of it, if you will. And that, to me, is very motivating and makes me very enthusiastic about where we can go with this.
There's a place for us.
My name is William Desmond. My friends know me as Des. I guess I'm known in the music business here in the Boston area in Cambridge. I created a rehearsal complex business over 30 years ago, which is still active and going. Officially, it's the Sound Museum Rehearsal Complex.
Cool name.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, what's the story behind that?
I just thought, because when you walk through the hallways of a rehearsal facility, you have different, like paintings, you have different sounds, different bands, everything's different. And when you walk down, it's like the mouth of a dragon opening up, you can hear it within in the hallways, sometimes all at once. It's
So you're a musician and a businessman
Mhm.
and a father.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have 3 kids. And 2 of them are musicians. My wife is a musician. I used to live here in Cambridge, on Inman Street. Yeah, over 30 years ago, with a small loan from the SBA, I started my rehearsal business. And I did that so that I could have a place for my own band. And I started in the South End, and that was before the area was gentrified. Okay, I mean, it was a rough area. Over 30 years ago in the South End. It wasn't like it is today. And from there I was able to go in and build studios, and then I would rent them for profit. And I had a place of my own for my own band and my own recording studio. We had a homemade recording studio, maybe a couple steps up from homemade. But looking back on it, we were very proud of it at the time. We had a recording studio in one of the buildings called White Room. The White Room, named after.
The on wall.
Oh yeah, I do it with it on.
Okay.
Thanks.
This is Dr. John Richard. I'm a motivation.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm here today with Odin. He's going to be chilling out here. He's a little bit tired because we just went on a long walk today, and so he's ready for his nap. So today I'm going to do a video all about poodles because I do get a lot of questions about poodles. There's a lot of misunderstanding, I think, about poodles. People don't really know, if poodles are just this silly frou-frou breed.
So what's your show about?
That's kind of the picture that a lot of people have about poodles, and I want to inform you guys.
Hold on, we're waiting for the
that they're
theme
really
song
not like
here.
that. They're just incredible, versatile dogs.
Okay.
And I get a lot of questions actually for people who want to get a poodle and are just not really sure. So I thought I would do pros and cons. So Odin is a standard poodle. So standard poodle just refers. Sorry. The standard poodle just refers to the size. So the standard poodle just means he is the biggest poodle. They do come in different sizes, so there's the middle size and then there's a small size as well. I wasn't interested in the smaller sizes of poodles because I always just wanted to have a big dog. I wanted to have a dog to accompany me on my running and hiking and all that kind of stuff. So for me, really, the large size breed was the one that I wanted to go for. First of all, poodles are the second smartest breed in intelligence after border collies. So because they're very intelligent, they're actually great for first-time dog owners because they are very easy to train. I'm a first-time dog owner, and I didn't want a dog that was very difficult to train, and I didn't want a dog that had like, you know, dog aggression issues and all these kind of things that, you know, some dogs are a bit harder to manage, like, you know, German Shepherds. Or, you know, there's certain dogs that you just need to have a little bit more about what you're doing.
I love the babies.
I remember when I was
That's how you talk to dogs.
Yeah, I used to work in an animal shelter in
You go,
Tennessee.
I love the babies.
Yeah, I absolutely love animals.
You
I
go, I love the babies. That's how you talk to animals.
yeah, I grew up on a farm in Tennessee.
Oh,
so-
really?
Yeah.
So would you talk to like a whole bunch of chickens that way?
Yes, I would. I used to talk to pigs that way too.
I love pigs. What's your favorite? But then would you murder the pigs?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't murder the pigs anymore.
What do you mean anymore?
Well, I
Because
mean,
they're already dead and they can't be murdered again?
no, I used to slaughter animals on my grandmother's farm.
You would slaughter the animals?
I would slaughter animals.
That's why you have that creepy, hi my babies, let me murder you.
Well, I mean,
Is that true? Well, we know it's true. We just found out. Here, have a seat. You're my special guest.
okay.
My other special guest is a dog, and my not very special guest, but somebody that's also here is Puerto Rican. So there you go. It's a full show, full cast today.
Awesome.
David, you're with us. Is your name David?
any allergy, but it just means there's a much
Are you talking to me? I thought you was talking to him. No, my name's Jim.
I didn't think your name was David, and so that's why I wanted to call you that.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that funny? So you were just telling us that you grew up slaughtering pigs on your grandmother's farm.
Yes, I grew up and I often said this on my show. I grew up in East Tennessee, on Tennessee's a rural area. There's a lot of farms.
What kind of area?
Rural.
It's a hard word to say, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've always had problems with my R's.
I like that about you.
And it's just very rural. I mean, there's like my grandmother had 10 acres of farmland, and she grew animals on it to kill and eat.
But and when did you first realize that the animals were being killed?
Well, I mean, it's really not that hard of a concept to understand.
Yeah, but there's a moment when you realize.
There's a moment to realize that the animal's supposed to be killed. I mean, I guess when it's dead. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, for instance, okay, I also grew up in a semi-rural area, suburb of Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
South Shore. I mean, but I kind of was in a rural placement within this suburb.
Yeah.
And my neighbors had cows, okay? And they had a few pigs one time.
Okay.
And they had a lamb one time that nobody ever killed. But I saw the cows, knew the cows, loved the cows, spent hours feeding bread to the cows out in the backyard, getting shocked by the electric fence.
Yeah.
And then I was eating a hamburger one day, and my dad goes, that's from the Actons. Okay.
Oh, I got it. Yeah.
So that was like a big, and I became a vegetarian at age 9, after that. So there has to be, now you go back in your memory and think of when you realized that the animals were being killed.
I mean, you asked me to go back in my memory, but I also know there's a thing called false memories. So if I try to ask...
Are you a Scientologist?
No, I'm not a Scientologist.
Are you interested in Scientology?
I'm not. I'm Catholic.
Oh, we
So
are
I'd
in
say-
Massachusetts, aren't we?
Yes, there's a lot of Catholics in Massachusetts.
I thought everybody was Catholic, you know, and then I went to other parts of the world. Turns out it's not true.
Yes, it is.
Massachusetts, not everyone's Catholic. There's a whole world out there. Get out.
Yes,
While you
it
still can.
is. There's
Cambridge,
also-
leave. Barbara, where are you? Barbara, I'm worried about you, Barbara.
Where are you, Barbara? There's also Hindus. I've been in a relationship with a Hindu for a while. There's Buddhist.
Wait, did you say for a while with the southern accent, or did you say falafel and leave out the F?
I said for a while with a southern accent.
For a while?
Yes.
For a while?
For a while.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Where are you? You're from Tennessee?
I'm from Tennessee, yeah, outside Knoxville. Nobody knows where Knoxville is.
I know where Knoxville is.
You really?
Yeah, my best. Shout out to Paige. Shout out to Megan Cannon. Shout out to Sinclair. All my homies. I know where Knoxville is. I've been to Knoxville.
Oh, you've been to
I've
Knoxville.
seen those waterfalls trickling. I know
And
where
like
you
the
at,
sun's
girl. I know it.
Tennessee as well.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I drove
Did you drove through it?
I drove
one
through it.
time.
I had lunch there once.
He went. You know what? This person that is we can't see on camera. Thank God did. He drove across the country
Nice.
to LA. Okay, just like one long drive. Guess how long he was in LA
How long?
before he flew back? Guess how long?
An hour.
4.
4 hours.
It was awesome.
He went to Hollywood.
That's
Nice. I've been to Hollywood.
No, I don't even think he went to. Did you go to Hollywood?
I saw a sign.
Is that visible from the airport? I mean, no, you didn't. You drove. Oh God, that's sad. So, can you remember when exactly it was
I can't tell you when it's
that
on.
when you realized that the animals? Why do you think you have a false memory surrounding that? So you're having a memory and you're identifying it
No,
as
I mean-
false, even though you're not a Scientologist.
No, I mean, you can have false memories. I mean, people can kind of suggest things and you can kind of stop believing it.
Easily suggested to.
No, I mean, I've done things in like investigation wise because I used to work for an animal shelter in Tennessee, and that's part of the job was investigating things that was going on. And you realize that, you know, that
Part of the job at the animal shelter was investigating things that were going on?
Yeah.
What kind of things?
There was animal control officers that would work there, and they would go out and they would, you know, go and investigate like animal crimes.
Oh wow.
Animal crimes.
Yeah, like animal abuse and like
Okay,
stuff
that's
like
different
that.
than animal crimes.
That's
Okay,
me.
animal crimes, that's like what the raccoons did in the downtown area and how are they using those opposable thumbs. That's not crimes against animals. Animal crimes are
animals
good,
against
and Chloe
crimes.
knows all about that, don't you, Chloe? Don't you, Chloe? Don't you, Chloe? Just kidding. Chloe's the best. Chloe, come here. Come here. Sit, Chloe. Okay, can you give me a little
Nice.
high five? Can you give me one of them? Oh, can you give me a little? With the other one? With the other? Oh no, that's the same one. With the other? No. With the other one now? No. With the other? Oh, who needs a winking papa when you've got a substandard poodle of this color?
Why is she
And
standard?
if she was a little sheep, you would just slaughter her, wouldn't you, David? You know, often I say to Chloe, wait, I have to get her out of your head. Chloe, no, you're a pet. Oh, where you going? Chloe, are you asleep? Or are you a sheep? I say that to her all the time. Cracks me right up. We have sleepover parties. Oh, we have such fun. Okay, back to our interview.
Back to our interview.
So what kind of recollection are you having about the animal killing that you think might be a false memory?
I mean, no, I'm just saying that sometimes when you look back on things, they're not quite the way they seem out to be. I know that the animal died because we would take him to the slaughterhouse. I know that, you know, my brothers and me would go hunting in the woods for deers.
Okay, well, when you went hunting in the woods for deers, you knew what happened.
Yeah, I knew
right?
what happened. I knew the animal would die because, you know, you'd shoot the gun and the bullet would hit the
If you
animal.
kill an animal, you know that it's dead.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So when was the first time that you killed?
An animal, I'd say age 10.
People or animals?
People.
10.
Well, I mean, you know, people are animals. Some people.
Chloe's a person.
You go down that argument that people are intelligent animals, yeah. Well, I mean, there's like certain, you know, things that separate us from, you know, animals in general.
But not raccoons. So okay. So did you go hunting? So
Yes.
10 years old,
Yes.
but you knew, like you realized you were eating meat probably before then. I would say.
Yeah, probably about like 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah. I think a lot of people don't realize for a really long time. Like they just don't put it together. Like to the point where like I think there's like adult people that like refuse to put it together. Like just totally compartmentalize it differently. Because you know there's so many people that would never be able to kill an animal
Oh yeah.
that eat meat.
Well, see here, I've kind of like, you know, started leaning towards veganism to a way.
Yeah.
But not that much, and I've gotten away from actually
Not
like,
that much. How much?
like, you know, I'll step away for like a week, and then I'll come back and like eat like a pizza with pepperoni on it.
Okay. So like.
Or else I'll eat a big, nice, juicy cheeseburger.
Okay, so you'll do about a week of veganism at a time.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't know. I mean, how often? So are you like a vegan every week and then? I feel like you've just tried to be a vegan maybe 2 weeks in your life and that's all you're talking about.
No, not just.
Mostly you've been eating meat all the time.
No, not 2 weeks in my life. Like, let's say, like, the most I've been a vegan, if you took and added all up, would probably be like a year or two. And that includes, like, I'm 36 now, that includes from, like, the time I've been born. But that's just really a rough estimate. Because we had to go back and say, okay, how many times in my life have I absolutely went down and, like, tried to eat meat? So.
Went down? What do you mean? How many times in my life have I went down and really tried to eat meat? I don't understand that sentence at all.
Well,
I was like, kind of guys getting distracted by these gymnast fails over here that are going on, but.
What I'm saying is, like, it's not like a craving I have, like having a cigarette, or sometimes I will have, like, a craving to have, like, a big juicy steak. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. I do. I do, actually. I have sometimes the urge to steal fish from the grocery store, like smoked salmon or something like that, and when I do it, I feel like I'm the mother fish, like getting my children and bringing them back to the ocean. So now I really understand where you're like, come my babies thing comes from, because that's how I feel when I want to eat fish. I can't eat. I've been watching all these fucking YouTube things about, like, there's people that eat only meat.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know about this?
Yeah, I know about that.
It's like the anti-vegan, it's like the new thing.
Kind of like Alex Jones in a way or something.
Me.
I love Alex Jones.
Oh
What?
I watched 4 hours of a 4.5 hour Alex Jones
Like about the gay frogs?
podcast today, dude. It is so, he is a fascinating person. That's just me.
What? He's a fascinating person.
Yes,
you know, he's
dude.
been sued by, like, the Sandy Hook victim survivor.
Yeah,
thing.
but like he oh man, Can we talk about
Well,
this?
that's still, what part of what? Okay, what?
He stopped. A while ago, he made a point that he's like, look, I question everything, and me questioning Sandy Hook is just part of the mindset that I'm on. I do believe that it happened, but it's up to me to question everything, dude. But the popular media has been attacking him, and he's really fascinating.
Oh, that's just BS. See here, he openly said that all the Sandy Hook victims and everybody in Sandy Hook was paid actors. And now for him to like back up and say that.
There was a lot of he's trying to get to the bottom of the truth.
Yeah, the bottom of the truth was that he spread gossip and rumors that the Sandy Hook survivors, everybody in Sandy Hook was, you know, actors, like everybody in Parkland was actors, you know.
Like Parkland?
Yeah, the Parkland Fort, where the, it was around this time last year where the last, you know, where they had like a mass murder, you know. And the conservative right came out and said that, you know, that.
I gotta show what I'm watching over here on this other screen.
What are you watching?
Because it's so distracting.
Well, anyway, they came out and said that everybody involved in Parkland was actors, and that, you know, everybody's being paid by like the Clintons and Obamas in order to, you know, get at like the NRA and their guns and to take away their rights.
All right, but
And were they?
No.
No.
Okay, I thought that was another case where it was true.
Yeah, but have you ever listened to
The
his
Truman
things on
Show.
aliens?
Okay, we only have 30. What?
He talks a lot about aliens.
I've listened to the whole Tom DeLonge thing. I've listened to Tom DeLonge about aliens because I am Blink-182. Do you know about Blink-182? Where they got their name?
No, I do not.
Don't blink, but 182 of the other ones. 182 of the others in Blink-182.
I do not get that.
That's how they got the name, and that's a true fact. And we're out of time, but we'll see you next week. And maybe David will be back because we didn't get to why he's in Cambridge and how he got.
Oh.